It was supposed to be simple. The office party had gone longer than expected. Music, cheap wine, forced laughter, the usual corporate bonding ritual. By midnight, most people had left. Except my boss. Mr. Carter was slumped over the table, tie loosened, glass still in his hand. "Hey, you're my favorite employee," he mumbled, pointing at me like he'd just made a major announcement. I sighed. I was the last one there because I always stayed late. Reliable. Responsible. The good guy. Which is exactly how I ended up driving him home. His house was nothing like mine. Tall iron gates. Perfect lawn. Soft golden lights glowing from enormous windows. It looked like the kind of place where people didn't worry about rent. I rang the bell while holding my half-conscious boss upright. The door opened. And that's when everything shifted. His wife stood there, elegant, composed, wearing a silk robe that looked effortless on her. Not flashy. Just confident. She didn't look surprised. "He drank too much again?" she asked calmly. "Yes, ma'am," I replied, trying not to stare. She stepped aside. "Bring him in." The house smelled like lavender and expensive candles. I helped him to the couch while she watched quietly. "Thank you," she said once he was settled. "You're Daniel. I work under him in marketing." Her eyes softened slightly. "Ah. The one he complains about being too smart for his own good." That caught me off guard. She walked to the kitchen. "You should sit." "I'll get you some water." I hesitated. Staying felt wrong. But leaving felt rude. So I sat. She returned with a glass and handed it to me. "You didn't have to bring him yourself," she said. "Most people would have called a cab." "I couldn't just leave him," I replied. She studied me for a long second. Not many people care about doing the right thing anymore. There was something in her tone. Not flirtatious. Not inappropriate. Just lonely. From the couch, Mr. Carter snored loudly. She didn't even glance at him. "Do you know," she continued softly, "that he talks about you all the time?" My stomach tightened. "In a bad way?" She gave a small smile. "In a threatened way." I blinked. "He sees you as competition," she said. "You're younger. Sharper. The team listens to you." "That's not true," I protested quickly. "It is." Silence filled the room. Then she did something unexpected. She sat across from me and leaned forward slightly. "I want to offer you something." My heart pounded. This was the part where stories go wrong. The part where lines blur. The part where people make decisions they regret. But her eyes weren't seductive. They were tired. "You deserve better than being stuck under someone insecure," she said. "I have connections. Board members trust me more than they trust him." I stared at her. "You're offering to help my career?" She nodded slowly. "He won't promote you. His ego won't allow it. But I can make sure you're seen." The room felt heavy. This wasn't what I expected when I rang that doorbell. "What would you want in return?" I asked carefully. She held my gaze. "Nothing inappropriate," she said firmly. "Just honesty. Loyalty. And maybe, someone in that office who doesn't treat him like a king." Relief washed over me, followed by confusion. "Why me? Why are you doing this?" I asked. For the first time, her composure cracked. "Because I built half of what he takes credit for," she whispered. "Because I'm tired of watching good people get buried under fragile men." I didn't know what to say. She wasn't offering temptation. She was offering power. And that felt just as dangerous. Upstairs, a door slammed lightly in the wind. She stood up. "You should go," she said gently. "Think about it. You're talented, Daniel. Don't let someone else's insecurity define your ceiling." I walked to the door, mind racing. "Right before I stepped out," she added. "Right before I stepped out," she added. "And don't tell him we talked like this." I nodded. The cold night air hit my face as I left the mansion behind. The next morning at work, Mr. Carter avoided eye contact with me. But something was different. By noon, I was unexpectedly invited to sit in on a high-level meeting. By Friday, I was assigned a project I'd been denied for months. He didn't look happy about it. But he didn't stop it either. Across the conference room, his wife's words echoed in my head. "You deserve better." A week later, I received an email from the board requesting a private strategy session with me. No explanation. Just an opportunity. And suddenly, I understood what she had really offered. Not temptation. Not scandal. A choice. Stay small. Or step into something bigger, even if it meant standing across from the man who once signed my paychecks. I never crossed a line. Neither did she. But that night changed everything. Because sometimes the most dangerous offer isn't desire. It's opportunity. And I took it.